Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 30 of my favorite albums of the 70s, all genres, overall favorite albums of the 70s, right? We're circling back to the 70s, and we're going to kind of put everything together that we've covered in separate months before. Southern rock, hard rock and metal, rock and pop, jazz and fusion, all that stuff. It's all up for grabs here this month, kind of like what we did for the 60s. Overall music favorites, overall album favorites, 31 favorites. Really tough. Really tough. There are literally hundreds of albums that I love from the 70s. And what's really interesting is, like, I kind of went back and looked at, like, the previous months that I did for all the separate genres. And I'm like, all right, well, like, got to look at the ones that place pretty high for all of them, right? And then figure out how to rank them. And then in some cases, it's been a few months, and sometimes some of these albums have leapfrogged other albums that maybe they were towards the bottom of the ladder or lower on the ladder. So it's really weird how it came about. And, you look at the list and you got all these different genres and styles and think, well, I like that album a little bit better than that album. And it's maddening. This is a ridiculous task. So for this, and again, I made some changes early this morning again, and I'm like, ugh, man, just... it's hard. Fourth studio album is from this American band is my pick, number 30. Released October 21st, 1976. Recorded at Studio in the Country in Bogalusa, Louisiana. Produced by Jeff Glicksman and the band for Kirshner Records here in the U.S. Epic in Europe and Japan, and CBS in other parts of the world. I'm talking about Leftoverture by Kansas. Yes, indeed. This is their big one, right? This is we've talked a lot about Kansas and this album in particular in recent months here on the channel. This, of course, features the classic lineup of Steve Walsh on lead and backing vocals, organ, piano, synthesizers, Kerry Livgren, guitars, all sorts of keyboards, backing vocals, Robbie Steinhardt, violin, lead and backing vocals, Rich Williams, electric and acoustic guitars, Dave Hope on bass guitar, and Phil Ehart on drums and percussion. Of course, this contains one hit song, classic, right? Carry On Wayward Son, which leads off the album. Killer track. It's high energy prog rock. It's pretty commercial sounding, but yet at the same time musically very, very challenging and complex. Right? Great song, great vocal. It's followed up by The Wall. Killer song. This album is a prog rock lover's delight through and through. The Wall is a terrific melodic song. Great keyboards and synthesizers on that. Then you got What's on My Mind, one of the harder rockers on the album. And, what Kansas generally on every album has, like, a really good kind of like hard rocker or a boogie rocker or something like that to kind of break the, break things up a little bit. Then, of course, you got Miracles Out of Nowhere. Gorgeous. Great vocals on that. Just a really, really cool song. Side 2, you got opens up with Opus Insert. Another incredible song there. Questions of My Childhood follows that. Then, of course, you got the gorgeous, soaring Cheyenne Anthem. And then, of course, Magnum Opus finishes it all off. All 6 parts of it. Intricate prog rock, lots of twists and turns and things like that. Blazing guitars and blazing keyboards, and just so good. So good. This is just a terrific album with some terrific artwork there. So let's take a look at the charting positions. Once again, we'll revisit this. In Australia, this made it to number 68. In Canada, number 2. U.S. Billboard charts made it up to number 5. As far as certifications go, this was a platinum seller in Canada, 100,000 units sold. And in the United States, 5 times platinum. 5 million copies sold of Leftoverture here in the States as of the last certification. It's pretty crazy, right, when you think about it. And as far as, like, how the singles perform, Carry On Wayward Son made it to number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, number 51 on the UK singles charts. In Canada, number 5 on the singles charts. And then What's on My Mind came out, was released in 1977 also. And that made it to number 89 on the singles charts. So, pretty cool stuff. Big seller. For me, the best Kansas album, followed very closely by Point of No Return. Then you got, Song for America and Mask and the first album. I mean, really hard to beat those first, like, 5, 6 albums. Really is. Monolith, I always tack on Monolith as the last of the great run of albums from Kansas, even though I like Audio Visions quite a bit. I think for me, Monolith is the last really strong one, and then you got some good albums, right? But the classic 70s run is just hard to beat. So yeah, it's my pick for today. Pick number 30, Left Overture. Tala loves it. She's squeaking over there. And let us know what you think of Left Overture down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Pick number 30 as we count down our favorite overall albums of the 70s, our favorite 31 albums released in the 1970s. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, down there in the video description, you got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page where you can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff, and our Cameo page in case you want me to do a personalized video for you for a birthday and anniversary, some advice on music, whatever it might be, recommendations, that sort of thing. That's what the Cameo's for. It's a really cool thing. So thanks in advance, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow for pick number 29. Also, what do we got coming up this week? We got In the Prog Seat happening tomorrow. Going to be talking about some of our favorite prog album covers, right? That's coming up tomorrow. Wednesday is new album release day, new album review day on the channel, so should have a handful of reviews for you on Wednesday. And of course, we got Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. Saturday is the UK Connection, and Sunday is ranking the album. So till then, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.